Anyway? What do you mean, anyway?
Alright, welcome to the stream. I know it's been a while, but I've been in a mood to play some Dark Souls, so I've been watching a whole lot of stuff and catching up on Elden Ring streams, so I figured why not do my own. I need to make sure this is Dark Souls, Daughters of Ash in the description, because instead it says Pro Evo. And it's gonna be our Deprived run. From scratch. So, starting again, this time Deprived, and seeing if we can get everything on board instead of limiting ourselves to just quality weaponry. And I hope that has saved. And Moonbeam's here. Hopefully the mic's okay. It's been a really long time, at least for me. It's felt like an age and a half since I've streamed, so it's nice to have somebody here. Hopefully it's a good time. Let me go to the screen. You can see it's gone. Title's updated thanks to that beam. And not vanilla, but Daughters of Ash. Alright. I hope so. Hopefully you've been well. It is 2:06 p.m. Sunday, the 30th of April. Audio sounds okay to me. Yeah, it feels weird. I figured I'd just kind of chill out today and watch some stuff, but then I started watching some stuff and it made me want to play, so here we are. We're going to create a new game, and it's going to change the title card, isn't it? There it is. Cool. 7 past midnight Sunday for you. Yeah, I didn't think many people would be coming by, I'll be honest. Because of the late notice and the time. But I'm glad that somebody was, so thank you. Um, I loaded up a file yesterday to see if I could get some lore, character, class stuff going on. An art festival and a huge botanical garden walkthrough. Well, I can't quite guarantee that what you're going to see will be artful, but there will be some garden if we can get there. Our character's name is going to be Eduard. And I wanted it to be that because the class I'm going for will be Deprived. And you'll see the description of Deprived will be an unclothed enigma. and that just reminded me of Edward Nygma from Batman. So I figured Eduard, the German-Dutch respelling of the timeless pick Edward, rooted in Old English, boasting the intriguing meaning of wealthy guard. Your little warrior will undoubtedly take this name to heart. Fingers crossed, he is hoping. Not quite Eduard or Edward, but Eduard. That's right. We're going to press enter. Male, but I would like to do a female run for a dex build with the katana. Class is going to be Deprived, an unclothed enigma armed only with a club and an old plank shield. Gift, we're going to go with the Tiny Beings ring. Etched ring will leave for a challenge run for some other time. But the Tiny Beings ring. Physique, we're going to be average, but potentially rippled physique, especially the upper body. Hey Darth, welcome. 2 for the price of 1 today. I'm glad people joined. Series presence, okay, large, very slim skin and bones. No, we'll go average. Average. It sometimes messes with the armor, as you can see. Moonbeam's here too. Is it? This is the small head. And that's the top heavy head. Big brain for big intellect. But I'm gonna go average, because the face I'm going to go with is the commoner. I had a look at some of the lore reasons for the faces, and the Karim is obviously ominous and evil, the Jubilant Katarina Knights, the Thorland Clerics, the Dragon Scholars, the Astoron Noble for a knight. I usually go Delta Farmer for runs like these, but I think I'll leave that for the Bandit build. Let me see if I can do this since we're down a whole VIP. And I have to mod myself. There you go. Enjoy, Moonbeam. We're going to go with the commoner, a very average commoner face for Eduard, who is the unclothed enigma. So a commoner. For a hair, that's for nobles and monks. I figure I'll leave that for a different character. This is too young. Wild for the bandit. Ponytail, I'm not so sure. I don't know about swept back either. We'll leave that for the warrior, but I think clipped short with a slight wave is fairly standard. Yeah, this is Dark Souls character customizing at menu music, which actually reminds me a whole lot of Resident Evil 4's Savor music. To me, it's almost identical. But we're gonna go with the short hair, although there is some like tiny bit of lore, very small lore. We're gonna go short. There's much more lore. It is very calm. There's much more lore in the color, so a very rare color of burning red hair and eyes, maybe for a pyromancer. Dark purple, rare color of a near extinct race. A silver, considered antiquated in these times. Gold for members of nobility, for that bob haircut. I'm not gonna rage today. I spent a lot of time away from Dark Souls, and I spent a lot of time reflecting, actually. And I'm not gonna rage. Definitely not. Today's gonna be nice and calm. I need it to be nice and calm. But yeah, cut to me talking about it right now, and then raging in about 15 minutes. I thought maybe dark red. There's also light brown. I think I'd leave black for a different time. Could you request raging? No, I'm really not in a raging mood, to be honest. Been sleeping a lot. I've been trying to relax, and definitely not rage. You can request chaos, maybe as members of certain nobilities. But I'm tossing up between dark red hair and eyes for Edouard, or light brown. Yeah, I did ban local. He did message me on Discord as well. I never banned Frack either. He kept asking for it, so I figured I'd oblige him. Not anything but a man of the people, of course. A lot of these colors are light, so I figured I'd go with dark brown in hair and eyes for this character. Dark brown. And that's my guy. He did want to be banned. He kept asking for it. He's like, ban me. Ban me, pussy, do it. Ban me, I want to be banned. He did it like a bunch of times. But that stream, I wasn't really in the mood. So yeah, I was kind of over it, to be honest. But that's neither here nor there. He did send a big long message, and I sent it to Darth, because it wasn't written at all like Loco would write, but oh well. The tiny beings ring, my physique is average, my short dark brown hair. I'm ready to go on my quest with my plank shield and my club. Edouard. I do want to start. Yeah, I can read it out too if you want. We've seen this cutscene a lot of times. Let me go to Discord.
A land of grey crags.
Do I have to download it, or can I just sign in? I can probably just sign in. Give me a second. Yeah, it was paragraphs and paragraphs.
But then
I'll read it out. Give me a second.
And with fire came disparity.
There's my phone.
Heat and cold.
So this was
Life
Local's message.
and death. And of course, light and dark.
Which is not at all genuine. But that's okay. Doesn't have to be.
Then from the dark they came
He wrote
and found the souls
on
of lords
the 4th,
within
or
the
the
flame.
25th of the 4th at 5:09 AM my time. Hello there, my name is Local, and I understand that I have been banned from your streamer chat. I would like to respectfully request that you consider unbanning me, and I would like to provide you with a solid reason why. First of all, I would like to apologize for any behavior or comments I made that may have violated your chat rules or caused offense to other viewers. I understand that it is important to maintain a positive and respectful community, and I acknowledge that my actions may have disrupted that. However, I want to assure you that I am committed to being a positive member of your community and following your chat rules. I've learned from my mistakes, and I will make sure to be more mindful of my language and behavior in the future. Additionally, I've been a loyal viewer and supporter of your stream for a long time, and I enjoy engaging with other members of the community in the chat. Being banned has prevented me from participating in these conversations and engaging with other viewers, and I feel that I'm missing out on the full experience of being a part of your community. In conclusion, I understand that my behavior may have warranted a ban, but I respectfully request that you consider unbanning me so that I can continue to be a positive member of your community. Thank you for your time and consideration. Around the same time, he messaged Bex in a DM saying, I'm glad I don't have to go to that loser's chat or streams anymore. So, there you go. That's the long and short of it. Am I? Did I miss something? Sorry, I was reading it.
The age of fire.
Am I though? What did I miss about me being something?
Flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
It's a good time for that to end, just as the cutscene. A lingers on the
Even now,
darkness.
There are only embers.
Oh, is Darth missing out if Loco isn't doing them?
And man sees some light, but only endless
I don't know, I think
nights.
that's up to Darth, to be honest. It was fun
amongst
enough
the
to have
living
Local in the
are
chat,
seen
and
carriers
it kept
of
getting
the
more and more
cursed
annoying to have him
dark
in the
side.
chat for me. Playing a game like Dark Souls is enough of a hassle for me with the way that I play it and the way that I go about it. To have Local there as well just was even more annoying. I feel like if I let him
Yes,
back in,
indeed.
he would
The
just be
dark
like,
side
haha,
brands the
I got
undead.
you, pussy. You unbanned me. What a loser. And honestly,
And
whether
in
he
this
does or he doesn't
realm,
say that, I kind of don't really want to be
the undead are corralled and led
in
to
that
the north.
environment. So, yeah. He
Where
can
they
keep
are
his
locked
DM.
away to await
That was actually
the
him in
end
that
of the world.
cage just there reaching out for the stream. As the camera zooms into the pre-roll ads, and that's me right there.
This is your fate.
Even the game knows it's my fate. I think he has an alt account as well. Fex told me he sent Fex a picture of himself, asking Fex to rate him out of 10. He sent me Rule 34 of an Elden Ring character. It's just like, I don't need that. I'm not interested. It's kind of like a Cedric situation, where of all the things I could have in my life, I don't really need it. But here we are, in Northern Undead Asylum, having started as level 6 Deprived with 11 in all our stats. And we're going to be getting some miracles, and some magic, and enjoying my time with the game. Asylum Cell Key. Open cells in the Northern Undead Asylum, a key to the dungeons of the Undead Asylum to the north. A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was this key. Who was this knight, and what was his purpose? There may be no answer, but one must still forge ahead. Now, there are some more items that I can read, but I don't really want to be held up here. It's a jar of human feces, so you can see that the game's even think about toilets in the cell as a rat corpse with cockroaches. I was just over it, to be honest. The little sign there was for pacts to have modifiers make the game harder, but I don't have the etched ring. Instead, I have the Tiny Beings ring, which boosts healing effects and supposedly increases item discovery rates. So, a ring made of an ancient tiny red jewel, boosting the efficacy of the undead Estus flask and other sources of health. Yeah. Happy to give Loker away to any home that would want him, because clearly he isn't very happy here. Let's leave. With our sword, of course. Our long sword hilt that does 20 physical damage. The hilt of this lost sword was found discarded in the Undead Asylum. Only slightly better than one's bare hands and not recommended for extensive use. Be certain to find a replacement quickly. So I'll get a club, which is quite a good strength weapon, and a plank shield, which is not quite a good shield. But this will open, and I can kill these hollows. I don't know if these are even openable in the regular vanilla game, and if that corpse is even in the cell. But two-handing it with the strength of an R2 does 20, 40, 60. And that's all my stamina gone. If he hit me, I would have been hurt. Luckily, I didn't miss entirely. 20 souls. And here's the dev messages. Hopefully the game's not too quiet, also not too dark. I know sometimes that can appear on the VODs as being quite dark, but hopefully it isn't. How much does a jumping attack do? 23. Not worth it at all. they even attack me? No. But I really like their design. I wish there were more hollow type enemies in Dark Souls because I think they're cool. I like humanoid enemies. Not just knights but also the hollows. We have the stray demon down there that the asylum demon's going to fall down and be killed by. What about two-handing R1s? 17, so the R2 isn't worth the stamina penalty for the 60 souls. And we'll come back here as well to get this ring and this boss, but much later. Much later. But this is a cell for more modifiers as well. That etched ring. They'd end up here on the walls. But since we don't have the etched ring, they don't show up. They show up in the cutscene, but that's about it. Just a corpse with a bag on its head impaled. It's a small club, but I feel like if you're someone who gets banned from this chat, you've got to be a certain kind of, well, a certain kind of that right in front of me right there. It's not easy to be asked to leave and never come back. You don't attack me, do you? But I just wasn't in the mood. It was bad timing, I guess, for him. Bad timing. There's the dash, there's a corpse, and that's a great ring as well. You don't buy local or international stock. You might not have a choice, it might just arrive on your doorstep. I'll have to come back for that a little bit later. Just a little bit later. So many times through the Undead Asylum, even upscaled, looks nice. I like the red eyes too. The little glowing, flashing red eyes. I like that. I think they're cool. The water significantly slows me down. I have 3 two-handed R1 hits before my stamina's gone at level 11, which is 93 stamina. Okay. On we go. Out of the bowels of the asylum. There's somewhere that is either ash or snow. I always thought it was snow, but it could be ash. Felt like there was something there, but no, I guess not. I guess it is at a mountainous peak, so it could be snow. There's a item there of great importance in vanilla. I forget what it is in Daughters. The shortcut door should be locked. It's on this side too. Yep, gotta walk the way around. How many rolls have I got? 1, 2. I've got, well, 3 rolls naked until I get my plank shield and my club. And here's our first bonfire. I'm not gonna sit at it because I have faith that I won't die to this creature, this foul beast. But you know what? I'm gonna do the opposite of what I normally do. I normally wouldn't sit at it. This time I am going to sit at it. Can you see the asylum demon through that little peephole there? See his little teeny tiny wings flapping? Right there. That little, what is it called, a portcullis? He's gonna jump down and scare me. Can you believe him? How dare he? Time to get my shield. Roll, run, and hide. There he is. And you're like, oh, look at this, it's so interesting. Oh, Lord, get away. Oh, wow, he actually hit me. That's not good. I actually need to get my shield now. I'm almost dead. Where is my shield? Drop down and die, please. Please drop down and die. He just did. Wow, he almost killed me. I can't believe it. Wow, my reflexes are Nothing. And there he is. Getting bodied. No worries, take it easy. Get a winged chaos mode and some humanity. And that asylum demon becomes an asylum tyrant now. A stray tyrant, actually, instead. Going through your clips of Sekiro. Well, I almost did. Look at my health. How much have I got? I've got 23. Take it easy, Moonbeam. Thanks for starting the stream here with me. Enjoy the sleep. We get 2,000 souls. We can drop down and fight him. Also, there won't be a fog gate to get that ring of sacrifice. Of temptation. How many locals can fit in a king-size bed, Krangle Dangle? I don't know how tall he is. I do have humanity that could heal me. I don't think I need it though. I do need to sit at a bonfire. See that door? That door's locked until I get my shield. Moon Queen instead of Moonbeam. It's locked. We get the key from Oscar. But yeah, wow, that was very interesting timing. Get the plank buckler. That door opens up. So we have the winged chaos smote as well. Queen Beam. I think Queen Beam's better than Moon Queen. I don't know how big Lokor is. I know he's definitely not living in my head rent-free. Winged chaos mote. Mote of crimson fire. Taken from the heart of a demon. Of Chaos. I think that's how that word's pronounced, right? Corpulent flying demons were once Isolith's most accomplished pyromancers and emissaries. Emissaries? Emissaries. Their instincts for wayfaring and garish shows of force were not dulled by their transfiguration. There's no way to search for Twitch clips, no search bar. Yeah, it isn't very intuitive in terms of being quick to find something. I feel like it's one feature they should probably improve on. Boon Meme is your Steam name. Dead by Daylight. We're gonna get a stack. It is, isn't it? Crush the flame to temporarily gain immense stamina, but be wary of bearing the infernal heat of chaos in such a fragile body. Oh, you mean this whole thing? This fragile body here? You think so? For Dead by Daylight, Darth, did you have a Dead by Daylight phase? We all know that's how I started my streams. That was the big, as I roll into this column. Mega Main, David, over here. Dead Hard. You had it before me. And Nia on the side. I don't even know who Nia is. I think I was always David. Maybe, Friendly was trying to get me to be, Meg. And get my shield. I have my shield. We also have humanity. We'll breed that some other time. We have a plank buckler. Yeah. I dead hard into walls. There are clips of me dead harding into walls. You can swap every weekend. You keep her. I'm David, mate. David Beckham. Let me read this plank buckler shield description. It's strike. It can't actually parry. Makeshift shield built from wood planks provides minimal protection, but at a cost of moderate humiliation. 75% physical resist, and instead of parrying... Oh, wait, sorry? What? Why does it... That looks like a parry to me. Didn't realize it would play while we were playing. It's true. Let me just turn it off as I... Look at my health. It could have got me. It's too big. That's why I don't like it. I can't break this with my shield, can I? It's just too big. It's like 300 something... 300, sorry. 30 something, 40 something gig. Whereas I can install 5-6 modded copies of Dark Souls at 10 gig a piece. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Is that door gonna shut behind me? No. I only have my sword hilt as well. Thank God for this bonfire. Because, my health isn't great. Haven't played in like 2 years. It's been a while since I've played. A really long while. I can't tell you how long. It might have even been 2 years. It's around, I was gonna say Fortnite, but it's not Fortnite, it's the other one. PUBG, around PUBG time. Don't moonbeam that, Jen. Oh, you've gotta make the gens go. The nurse, the hatchet, the lullaby queen. God, that's my shield. This here is my shield. With bonfires. I actually don't mind it, to be honest. There's my health, not full, but it is there. It's not a bad one to just have as a sort of stress-free. I don't really stress or feel pressed by multiplayer games. I don't really care about losing. I care much more about losing in Dark Souls than I do in any multiplayer game. I would lose over and over and over, as evidenced by me losing over and over and over. I want this humanity off my bar, just in case. How much does this block? A tiny bit. Okay. So, there's a guy in there. He's a boss. Cut content as well. I'm gonna get my club reel. He's gonna run away, isn't he? Jariel. You don't know how I do it? You just keep playing. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. It's like new. Doesn't really matter. Rocket League, Dead by Daylight, PUBG. I mean, as long as I'm having fun, I couldn't really care if I'm a noob or like winning. Especially if it can get clips. That's probably most important for those multiplayer things. Especially for GTA, looking at some of those old stuff. Or those old clips that were posted. So there's a hammer with my club, which is a simple wooden club. Bladeless strike weapon is effective against most foes, is easily handled, with an Oxford comma as well, and can break the guard of a shield. However, a single miss makes one wide open, so timing and proximities are crucial. Oh, he got tired of waiting. There's 134 damage. It's a pretty big club too. It's a pretty big club. How much is my health? 437 to 445, okay. Can punch. And a miss will stagger me quite a bit. Ghostface or Michael Myers. I still don't have my Estus flask. I'll get it soon. 2124. It's going into oh, I forgot. There's a fog wall here. It's going into vitality, first of all. Dredge in the night. See, I'm so out of the loop I don't even know those brand new killers that are there. Brand new killers. Now the fog dissipates. The clear, colourless mist. There's Oscar. He's the one who saved me. I actually feel like watching a horror movie. I feel like I'm gonna watch some Lobos play Elden Ring Reforged. And then watch a horror movie. Backstep and roll. So I never even do backstep attacks. That's it. Closes the distance quite a bit. But I also have this. It's a great distance closer, so I never feel pressed to make it up, especially with something like the club. Now, the only way you can get that is as a loop around. We'll do that later when we come back here, eventually. There's also a shortcut to the door. No illusory wall. 1, 2, and this time because of my shield and my club, I've only got 3 rolls. Literally 3. The night was released. It's very, seems kind of, as the kids would say, out of pocket to have a night in Dead by Daylight. But I guess it rhymes, so it must fit. There's no R2 after a backstep, is there? No, it's not Elden Ring. There is a boulder here, however, as you see this cracked wall. There's a movie coming out. Like the Five Nights at Freddy's. See that boulder right there? Is it gonna hit me? I hope not. It doesn't even kill Oscar. Mike is busted but awesome. Because he doesn't set your, what is it called? It's not spine tingling radar. Or a spidey sense. What is it called? Your fear radius? In Dead by Daylight? 2124. Girl just told me the last few times she's been with me if she's been thinking of me. Is she 2-dimensional? Spine chill, there you go. Or is she translucent? Maybe she's just being transparent. Fear radius. Honestly, a Dead by Daylight stream with Moon and Darth probably would be a fun time. Check out this ball though. That's a pretty cool ball right there. It's a pretty cool ball. What does Oscar have to say? And you'll notice a message pops up after I talk to him when he gives me the flask.
Oh, you. You're no hollow.
Not quite, Oscar.
Thank goodness.
Not yet anyway.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I will. You know anything about him, but you know she had a BF until it was too late? Literally a Brian Gosling. I will hear you out.
Regrettably,
You can also
I
just
have
kill him and
failed
skip all
in
this.
mission.
I
But
won't do it
perhaps
though.
you can keep the torch lit. There is an old
Darth's
saying
all
in
about
my
sticky
family.
situations, just like this
Thou
Fang.
art undead,
Fang
art
saying.
chosen. And thine
It's a long
exodus
one.
from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient
Look at my
glory.
spine.
When thou ringest the bell of
No armor.
awakening, the faith
Deprived.
of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart.
The
Oh,
textures still look
one
nice,
more
the
thing.
lighting still looks great.
Here, take this.
Estes flask.
An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Married people only want you as a third. It's pretty popular these days, isn't it? Polyamory, pardon me.
Oh, and this.
And the key? He gives me 2. I think in the regular game he gives you 1. Asylum Corridor and the Big Pilgrim's Key. They are different. But I like how the little, what are they called? The teeth of the key are similar. Is it called unicorning? Is that what it is? When you look for a third?
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
I think Daughters of Ash restores quite a bit of cut content for Oscar. See that message just appearing? And it is different to all the others. What have you to say now, Oscar? Notice his animation of breathing. Shame we don't have the binoculars to check. Oh, unicorn. Oh, so that's what married couples look
Now
for.
I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Hopefully the volume levels are okay in terms of the dialogue in my voice. So we have the flask to use for healing. And he won't say anything else, will he?
Now I would hate
No.
and thank you.
Okay. And that new message comes up too. Resting at a bonfire will replenish your Estus flask. I think Estus means fire or warmth. Seems these days people are more and more less inclined to, at least what you hear about, be exclusive. Fill with Estus at a bonfire, healing HP. Don't use the item on a read it. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Fill with Estus at bonfire. It fills health points or hit points. I always go by health points, although technically hit points are the amount of hits you can take before you die. The Estus flasks are linked to the Firekeepers. The Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. Must have some humanity, which is a rare tiny black sprite found on corpses, used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP, so it is a healing item just in case. I'm gonna put some points into faith so I can have a miracle as well. Plus, I need it for a covenant. 25 at least. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? And the black separation crystal. This black crystal, long a symbol of farewell, is granted to banished undead, so all these items give you some lore. Crystal sends phantoms back to their homes or sends you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. Well, we don't have online play, because this is a mod, so shouldn't be happening. So that won't work. But it's always there. Brazilian spine chill, balanced landing, and urban evasion. I think I have resilience and spine chill, but I haven't heard of the other two. And the dark sign, which is actually this thing on my chest right here. It's the dark sign. The source of the curse. Lose humanity and souls and return to bonfire. The dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its spirit to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. And that's it. There's an enemy up there, though. And I forgot Oscar just died. And he gives you 100 souls. I don't know if he gives you souls in the remaster. At a Meg perk instead of resilience. I think a unicorn is like an attractive person to a married couple to be included in their polyamory. Because they're always talking about finding unicorns out in the wild. And that hole up there, that's where the asylum demon knocked him through the roof, straight down to die. Give us his 100 soul, which actually isn't a lot, 100 souls. We have 2,224 as an undead, but I guess it is what it is. Not to mention that shortcut there. And some fall damage because I took my eyes off the screen. That'll happen. Oh boy, that'll happen. Parry? Great, how much? They have undead science too, 167. Urban evasion is one I swap out a lot. Balanced landing as well. Wonder what they do. I shouldn't need to flask it up just yet. But I do have... Oh, the keys. I didn't read the keys. Asylum key. Cell key. Key to the dungeons of the Undead Asylum to the north. The mysterious note without saying a word shoved. No, we did read that. Key to the iron bars on the second floor of the northern Undead Asylum. The asylum is a giant undead prison. It's not that big, unfortunately, because I like it as an area, segmented by countless iron gates. But even if a hero found a key in Lordran to liberate this prison, would he have the means or the heart to ever come back? Key to the inner door of the Undead Asylum's main hall. Chosen undead pilgrims were rewarded with this key. Few would have used it had they known what awaited them in the ruined world beyond. Asylum corridor key. And then some more tips. Two-handing it. More damage and a strength multiplier by 1.5 times. So if you have a weapon, kick and jumps. Great for breaking guards of shields. So if you have a weapon that needs 20 strength, you can two-hand with, what would it be? 14 strength? Because that would give you 14 plus 7. Half of 14. If my math is correct. Nobody else around? Nope. Resting at bonfire revives enemies. It's the core gameplay loop. Slide into an ongoing relationship. Oops, speaking of unicorns. Doesn't that just look good though? In terms of 98 with the jumping. Interesting. In terms of the what is it? The depth of field. Right, yeah. Sounds like a wonderful role to be a unicorn. Who wouldn't want to be a unicorn? Now that's not a red-eyed hole, it's just a regular one. Parry? I thought that might have been early. They being the married people of the relationship you slide into as a unicorn. If you're sliding, you should be called a sponge. Or slime. But I guess it's not as attractive as a unicorn. He has red eyes. Does that mean he's stronger? Now if you... Wow, that's a big wind up on the miss. If you shot me there, it's big counter damage. Yeah. Pass. Plunging attack while falling, well, he's dead. The other guy isn't. But we've reached the top. Normally you would fight him there because the floor never actually breaks until your visit. Your second visit to the asylum. Not the first. So this is a new feature. Behind the enemy is a critical hit, and there should be 2? No, 1. 1 now, 2 later. We can try and parry and riposte. He could kill me as well. Is he a spear or a sword wielder? I think he's a sword wielder. Okay. That's the one. That one does a lot of damage on that wind-up. Because it's a straight... nice T-pose. Christ-like. He died for my souls. 2392. This will be locked, won't it? No? Wow. Okay. Shows how much I remember. This would be a great place to stick an enemy, wouldn't it? Don't fall off, just take the item. A bottomless box and a soul of a cleric. Symbol of avarice from bottomless box, of course. But that's inventory management. A peculiar bottomless wooden box. Its origins are unknown. Some deride it as a symbol of unbridled avarice. A potential mimic. Welcome to 2023, Darth. Any number of items can be deposited into the box, and items can be managed while resting at a bonfire. We also have a Soul of a Lost Cleric, which is a new item. Same icon, but it's used to restore HP and give it a little bit of souls. Soul of an undead cleric who strayed too far from the righteous path. Absorbed to heal shallow wounds. Souls are the source of all life, but for the undead, that life inevitably slips away. I don't want it on my hotbar, but it automatically gets added to it because of Dark Souls Edda Edition. Remastered does the opposite of that. But I'm surprised that I forgot that this door opens. All the way down. Maybe a flask. I don't think there are any items I missed. Unicorning. I don't think I would like to be with 2 additional people. Let alone a married couple. No thanks. I'll keep my horse blade to myself. There's a drop down there, and that's it. Okay. The fall damage shouldn't kill me. It shouldn't. Still jump circle, of course. Very, very annoying. You have to hold your shield to block it. If you want to run and roll. If you want to sprint and roll, you better hold this or you're going to be jumping instead of rolling. That's our next stop. The edge of the asylum. Fastest way to get there really is to just drop down here. You can also drop to these ledges. Which I didn't know. I wonder if I can make it. Oh, yeah, kind of. It shunted me there off the top. And eventually he'll come and knock you down. If you stay up there for too long as well. But that's the way, I guess. Bonfire, they're all lit. This is a big door that'll open with a big pilgrim's key. So that was a big pilgrim. Yes, it was. Okay, now there are no enemies this time at the Undead Asylum, although there will be later on. Boy, will there be. Okay. Dev message, good job, go straight ahead, because that works both ways, especially when you come back and out. I think there is a Soul of a Lost Cleric plus Snuggly the Trading Crow. And I believe that's all there is here. Lost too much health. Could just fall and die off the side if the game decided. Is this a cleric item? No. Maybe in the regular game it is, but later on. Well, at least in this mod it moves it, I suppose. Nice brickwork. Should we admire it? I don't think I've ever noticed that column there. A lot of graves untended in this asylum. That's the Snuggly, isn't it? No. It'll kill me. I believe there is an item. This is the Snuggly. The Snuggly's not activated yet. Is there an item right there? That's where they move it, so they did move the corpse. I think the corpse is normally there. Get the crow. No items to drop just yet. Lost Cleric. So I have 2 of those? Sure. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Why do I look at chat when I do these things? High ledges. Cat-like walkways. Good idea. Great idea. I don't believe there's any more At least not from memory. Can always check, but I don't think so. Up we go. Say goodbye to the undead asylum for a good long while. Normally I come back here pretty early. Not this time. Definitely not.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
There's a lot to be said about who that crow actually is, whether it's Velkor or a servant of
Leave the
Velkor.
undead asylum in pilgrimage
I don't know if this mod explains that
to the land of the ancient lords.
or not. Lordran.
Lordran.
That's where the lords ran. To Lordran. Oh, unfortunate crow clippage. See that cloud? You can go there. Here we are. Firelink Shrine, the hub of this world. He's on the right hand side, he'll be on the left. Lordran, level, and kindle. I think we'll always miss everything that passes us by. Level up and kindle at bonfires. We'll have the humanity to do so. But before I do that, let's talk to, well, him in my naked, deplorable state. That crow's there too. Yeah, that's all you are to them. A third, a unicorn.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival.
So they just get dropped off here.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead.
That's right. Fate of the undead.
You're not the first. But there's no salvation here.
Crestfallen.
You'd have done better to rot in the undead.
He can't even
asylum.
be a second.
But too late now.
It's chainmail. I don't like the
Well,
feet,
since you're
but
here,
I like
let me help you out. There are
the
actually
texture of it. I don't like the
two
feet though.
bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is
Far, far below.
below.
He's
in the
shiny,
ruins at
isn't
the
he?
base of Blight Tower.
Glistening.
Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right?
You'd hope it'd be
Not much to
brilliant.
go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead.
That is why I came. To Lordran. He moves his head too. He's just content to sit there. And stay there. Bonfire, tended to by the firekeeper down below, like a battery.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow.
Practically.
I don't know. Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Quite literally hollow. Beef jerky, they call it. So, being hollow is, multiplayer turned off. When you go human, which is at a bonfire, you turn multiplayer on.
What?
There's your trade-off.
Restoring your humanity?
For the mod,
Well,
it lowers your health, which I actually like.
Collected bit by
Shark
bit
Tank
from
moment, Moonbeam.
corpses.
Shark Tank.
Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself
They're
summoned.
always summoning people.
And the
Me and
quickest
my big
way,
club.
although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage
We have
its
one humanity.
Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
A purple mattress bed? I like the purple. It's my favorite color. Let's call it what it is. It's the best color. What do you have to say?
What are you looking at?
Don't try anything?
Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
I think if I die, I don't go all the way back to the asylum. I think I respawn here. I think.
What? You want to hear
Am I talkative?
more? Oh, that's all we
inquisitive.
need. Another
The game should be called
inquisitive
Inquisitive
soul.
Souls, not Dark
Well,
Souls.
listen carefully then. One of the bells is
All the way up
above
there
in
through the aqueduct.
undead church, but the lift is
The
broken.
lift is that way.
You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead berg
All the way through there.
through the waterway. The other bell is back down below.
I'm all
the
about lying down.
undead berg.
There's no other way to take a phone call. You gotta lie down.
Blight Town. But I'd die a again before I step foot in that cesspool.
Is he talking about Blighttown or Twitter? Guys, clip that and send it to Elon. I actually followed Elon
Bloody
on
hell,
Twitter
what is it
and
now? You
unfollowed
ask
him very
too
quickly
many
soon after
questions.
because I did not want to see what he was posting. It was not cool. It was not based. In fact, it was quite cringe.
Hmm? What now? I'm not up for chatting.
He's not.
Leave me alone.
He's not up for chatting. He wants to be left alone.
Hmm?
And that's his
What
dialogue
now?
exhausted for just
I'm
now.
not up for chatting.
I wonder if I could stream
Leave
lying
me
down.
alone.
Should probably stream standing up. Let's go say hello to the firekeeper, I suppose. As I roll my way off this cliff. Because I think that's the plot to Midsummer, Darth. Is the firekeeper. Her tongue has been cut out. Anastasia Restorer. No response. She cannot speak. She cannot speak. Her impure thoughts and words can no longer harm anybody. For she cannot speak. And we don't have a firekeeper soul either. Pardon me. There's one more person to talk to. At least at the moment. Before we head down to the depths of Firelink and the beginning of New Londo ruins. His name is Petrus of Thoroland. Now some mods make that an actual journeying distance down to the catacombs which are below Firelink Shrine. Instead, 7 prism stones. Normally it's humanity. And prism stones are path markers, dropping and listening to check heights. They make a screaming noise, the fall will kill you. A warm pebble emitting a beautiful, phasing aura of 7 colours with a very rare 8th. The rainbow stone does nothing special but can serve as a path marker and can be dropped off a cliff to judge height by the sound of its descent. If a loud noise is heard upon its landing, then a fall off the ledge is surely lethal. I do not want it on my hotbar. I do not want it on my hotbar. Alright, Petrus. Let's go say hello. Oh, he's not in the church anymore. He's by the catacombs. That's right, he's by the graveyard. So I guess I'll go get the items before I go talk to him. And the item is through this way, I believe. The corpse is still there. Flip turn? Haven't heard of flip turn. Are they any good? I haven't really been listening to much music. Mostly videos. Speaking of music, it's gone. Also, no corpse. They moved it. Okay. I got 3 rolls in me with 11 endurance right now. It's just an average moonbeam moment. It's the ruins of the church, with the lift, the crestfallen warrior. And Lulz is here too. Welcome, Lulz. It's just an undead fella. His name's Edward. Not spelt the way that you'd think, because you know it's English. But he's a chatty fella. How you doing? And boy, is he resilient. I actually forgot about that. Transient curse already. Interesting. I can go down if the ghosts were to spawn. Transient curse. The cut off limb of ghosts. Limb of a victim of a curse. Temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts. The only way to fight back against ghosts who are cursed beings is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however dreadful, is to cut off an arm of the dead. Know that feeling, Lulz? Welcome to the Tired Club. I think everybody is just tired. Are we always tired all of the time? All of the moments? Like tears in rain? Noodles and a chicken broth? I could go for some soup. 70 hours at work? I think your bank account will be happier for that, won't it? Smiling ear to ear and grinning. And corpses there instead. And Blue, number 2, not Moonbeam 916, but Fex as well. Good. I'm gonna say good morning, right? Because Moon is saying it's like 30 minutes past midnight or something like that. Welcome. Thanks for joining such an impromptu stream. With me looking so decent. Excuse me, let me cover my shame. It's like the sighting of a barrel. It's 1 now. 3:04, literally 4 minutes just ticked over. So my weekend is over soon-ish. I need to get that body. I also need to go talk to Petrus. I also need to go drop down here. And we're only missing local, right? I mean, if only we had local. This is the lift that he was mentioning. And you can't actually see the bottom of it. Well, actually, there you can. But it is scary to think, well, no, you don't drop down there. That's true, Micah. How could I have forgotten Micah? I'd pick a local over Micah, could you imagine? Micah moment. So I'm gonna go get that item with the health that I have, and then have to maybe jump to the top. I don't think so. I don't think so. Just down here. Which normally there is no item there, but it is a humanity, a tiny black sprite. But I like that they use the space. Seem to navigate himself well around you. Your kindred spirit staff, your birds of a feather, you flock together. What can you say? You can't actually run through this, see? I'm just clipping directly into it. It's no good, so I have to roll. Or just kind of walk weirdly. Onwards and outwards. Get this humanity off my... Oh, interesting. Oh, you've managed to avoid him. Oh, I see. You haven't crossed... Crossed? You haven't crossed paths with him. So we have... an item usually to get there? There is. Why would I type such a long message out? I mean, why would Nightbot type such a long message out? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I still haven't beaten this game. I still haven't beaten this mod. We're back here again. Big crow. We can actually lock onto the crow. There's a health bar. It exists to be, well, hit. We're not going to do that though. So notice the floor opening up here. That's for later. That's for much later. But we have pots. Innocent pots. Well, actually, it's not that far. This is for much later. You can't crouch in this either. Say his name 5 times. You read out his Discord message. Purple moss clump already? Okay, so it gives you some tools. As soon as you get a new item, it equips it, I see. Reduces poison buildup and cures poison. Medicinal purple moss clump. Beetlejuice. Now that would be a great movie to watch today. What a good recommendation. I could definitely watch some Beetlejuice. Reduces poison buildup, cures poison. Poison builds up in the body. And when it breaks out, it causes gradual damage over a period of time. Poison can be exasperating, so be certain to carry the needed quantity of these moss clumps when destined for an afflicted area. Get it off my hotbar for just now. That's true. Crack as well. It's all gone. It all dissipates. That statue. Isn't this chest normally closed in the mod? Okay. You can examine the statue. Damp from the deep water. It's important. It's damp from the deep water. Mother and child. Shigo and local. Is that how you pronounce her name? That green, jumpsuited, dark-haired, emerald, jade-eyed girl. Impossible. I have the upper floor to get to. Oh, true, yeah. Cedric and local are pretty much the same. If you want to split hairs. There's one hair I can split with this club right here. Before that though, let me just run off the edge here real quick. Haven't even set up the bonfire yet. Something to do. There is... Well, there are items down there. Yeah, later. Much later. Yeah, it's... You can also hear the crow. And that's probably a bad way to be facing. He's a, oh, I'm weirdly stuck on that tile. He's a friend that, Darth and I have known. Look, I'm kind of stuck until I move. Yeah, for pretty much since 2005, so almost... It'll almost be 20 years. Well, it'll be 20 years in 2 years' time. That's kind of crazy. But, things change. Things change. People change. Which is fair and natural. So if people change, you can change how you feel about them too. I think that makes sense. I think that's fair. Speaking of fair, let me pillage this corpse for another soul of a lost cleric and something brand new, which is green moss clump, to mitigate bone rust. Cures bone rust and restores healing efficacy. So people change, you're going to regret this. Yeah, changing or not changing. Depends on what you want to change into. Perhaps a unicorn. You're going to grow a spike. Medicinal green moss clumps soaked in the purifying waters of old Ulyseel. It's DLC. Do I believe local can change and to the point of unbanning? No. Not really. And if he can, not really interested in it either. Happy for him to gift subs to Moonbeam, Darth, Fex, Micah, and Lulz to change my mind. Curing bone rust. Bone rust is spread by the touch of disfigured stone beasts and the restless dead and cripples stamina regeneration and healing items once afflicted. Cure it with this moss. Yeah, of course he could. I could also not spend my time waiting on him to change. Like that John Mayer song by Katy Perry called Firework. No, of course not. Why would he? The attention that he wants is negative. He wants to be the master troll, the king of all annoyances. Why would he want to change? He's getting what he wants. Any publicity is good publicity. Bad press is terrific press. That's local for you. It's quite simple, really. We ban the local. You meet people like that. Life's not complicated.
Hmm?
In a lot of ways.
What
In a
now?
lot of ways it is.
I'm not up for
In a lot of
chatting.
ways it isn't.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, of course local's banned. He wanted it. He asked for it. He's asked for it, at least 3 different streams. I don't think I'll aggro him if I roll into this pond. Cool. Do you care about that?
Hmm?
No.
What now? I'm not up for chatting.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
He asked to be he asked to be un-VIP'd as well. And then he got upset that he was un-VIP'd. He's pretty much a unicorn. I think that's the best way of putting it. Damp. He's damp. By cold water. Whoops. Just fell. We has the second floor. I hear you. Don't worry. I hear you, Crow. I'll get to you eventually. Eventually. You wrote a book? The ins and outs. The ins? The ins and outs. Or what it is to be local. Didn't he, I think Fex confirmed this, because I think Fex told me this. He sent a picture of himself to Fex, I think unprompted, and asked Fex to rate him out of 10. Unless I'm making that up. You know me, I'd never make such a slanderous thing up, right? There you go. So, I don't know why you wouldn't want to spend time with a person like that. He's our lovable troll, you guys. Everybody needs a lovable troll. And that's all local is. He's just a harmless, lovable troll. And we just don't understand him. We're too cucked, you know? We're just a bunch of libtards. Blue-pilled, blue-gilled, blue-balled, and he's out there crushing black pills. And a whole lot of puss on the reg. Speaking of regs, dregs, I guess, titanite shards from a slab. Shards for weapon reinforcement. It's going for my club. Most common titanite material reinforces standard weapons to +5. Titanite shards are fragments of the legendary slabs, gifts from the great Numenarch. Forget who was here, but they were knowledgeable in like Norse mythology. It was era level, telling me about how there was some relation to the Numenarch. Yeah. He was 3 in name and 3 in nature. Gifts from the great Numenarch. Titanite is etched into weapons to reinforce them. I'm gonna try and devise some kind of plan to mess with Locor as best I can. And try really hard. He's a 9.2 out of 1,000. Nah, he's a good guy. He's a great guy. Yeah, he's 9.2 inches tall. He said that you were a 6 Moonbeam? Very good. Very good. Excellent. Team 10, Moonbeam. Team 10. It's not that hard to be kind of regular, is it? Like, for everything that we do and say here on the stream, it's not that hard to be kind of regular, is it? Kind of normal. Irrespective of all the gorilla porn. Depending on who you ask. Just don't mention it in an FTL stream. I've got 1 titanite shard. 1 titanite shard. Look at that shiny crow. It's almost metallic. Almost metallic. 1 path. Down we go. No bloodstains? No, but there are skeletons, and they can kill me. 7.5? Like feet tall? The local has got 1 Punch Man. So you know he's anime profile pick team for life. Gesture. I have to get off it to gesture. Hello. Standard. YouTube. Hello everybody. Come on over and watch the stream. It is so nice to have you all here and watching the broadcast. I'm so happy I can see everybody here in chat. You could also jump off the cliff by doing that. What does Petrus have to say?
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Do I look like I have business with you, fella? Do I look like I have business with you? Darth just uncovered the gram. Beamgram? Moongram? Moongrass? Grasscrest Shield. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to be friends. Let's just walk away in my loincloth. Ugh. Jeez, that is some real scoliosis. Alright, let's just talk to him anyway. Get him snap into a Slim Jim.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain
You did.
our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will.
Are you sure?
Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
He gave me the soul of a lost cleric, which begs the question, where did he get a soul of a lost cleric? Darth only ever sends safe links. Every time he sends me a link, a small black Windows command prompt box opens on my computer. It's strange. I'm sure it's fine. Soul of a lost cleric, huh? He also has a barbaric cleric weapon in that Morning Star.